and set up an either resident or non-resident you know, hunting license for you. Fishing out. All right, that fish came out of nowhere again. They're good at hitting it when you least expect it.
I was sitting there watching it, and I reeled up just a little bit.
Yep.
And then he decided he was going to come up and hammer it. So, and there's our swivel. So he's
about another 20 feet, and you got this fish landed.
Now he sees the ice. He's putting up a little more of a fight.
Oh yeah. Yep. A little lake trout. There he's burping, getting some air out of his bladder. So when you bring him up from the deeper water, the pressure in the water gets less. And what I'm doing here is I'm rubbing the belly forward, and I'm burping that air out of the fish, and it allows him to swim away freely. So he's all burped out. We're going to release this trout. It's about a 15 or a 16-inch lake trout. The legal size limit here is 17 inches. So I'm going to let this trout go right over here. All right, swim away free.
Now that we're done being interrupted by fish biting, could you tell us, Justin, are you able to help with accommodations if I want to come up and spend the night, or if I want to spend an extended weekend, or maybe I want to come up and spend a whole week fishing partly guided with you, and maybe then take off on my own? Is that something that you can help people with?
Yeah, we try to make it you know, usable for everybody. So we'll do anything from a half-a-day guided fishing trip to a full week, and we can do group rates for a week, or even individual rates for a week. But I will also accommodate, and I do most of the time, accommodate the lodging as well of it, to make it easier for you just to come up and have a place to stay, and whether it's 1 night or 4 nights or 5 nights. I have good contacts with many resorts on Big Green and Little Green, and even Lake Puckaway, and some motel rooms that I work with as well. So there's always going to be a place to stay. You should be sure to call me plenty ahead of time to get the lodging and the fishing end of it booked into the right day. So I can do that work for you.
Now Tom is going to show us another product from Southway Bait Sales. It's called the Flagel Rig. Tom is going to demonstrate proper setup, and then he's also going to give us some history on All Seasons Adventures.
We call this the Flagel Bait Rig. And this particular rig replaces the Swedish hook. We found that using a treble hook versus a single hook, you have a better potential of hooking the fish, and better yet, you can release it without damaging the fish using the pike hook. So we'd like to demonstrate how this puts together. These prongs go into your bait, like so. The leader, then you put in its mouth and out its gill. Pull the leader tight, and the hooks will go around its mouth. You then put the leader in the bottom loop, draw the cable tight, you wrap it around the upright 2 or 3 times just to keep the cable tight. This will go right to your tip up. And don't be alarmed, just the fact that we're doing it in the winter time, it is a great bait in the summer as well. This is made out of stainless steel, which if you bend the rod, you'll see that the fact that it's not presentable, and you can change that to make the bait more presentable.
So you actually, what you're trying to do is get the bait to hang horizontally in the water column?
Right. Makes the bait more presentable to the game fish that you're after.
Tom, I was speaking with Justin earlier, and he was telling me what All Season Adventures has to offer as a guide service. Could you tell me how you got started, what kind of experience the All Season Adventures team has in guiding and fishing and hunting?
Well, my personal experience is I had an opportunity to guide in Alaska in 1981, and the passion I continued with fishing just led me to where I'm at now. So the combined experience that Justin and I have is approximately 35 years. And the passion that Justin has, and I'm going to continue to have, is to teach other people how to catch big fish.
I know it was a week or two ago, you had a group of kids out here.
We had an opportunity to work with the town of Cambria, and they had a kids clinic, and they had 65 children. So Justin and I, with the help of a few others to drill holes, we had a fishing clinic, and we caught approximately 40 northerns, and the kids took turns of catching the fish, and I do believe every child there from age 2 to age 11 had an opportunity to catch a bluegill. So again, it's the passion between the both of us to continue this, and now that there's two of us working together, we have more to offer, and we can go into the bear hunts, bait sitting, and bow hunting, grouse hunting, and duck and goose hunting.
Earlier today you gave us a demonstration on the amazing China bait, and I mean it was obvious right from the start that it is a quality bait. We've caught the vast majority of our fish on the China bait, so obviously it's out fishing cut bait. But I also understand that it's more than just an ice fishing bait, that there's other uses. Could you tell us about those?
You're right. There's many uses for the product, but what we demonstrated here, cutting the piece approximately 2 to 3 inches long, and the way it becomes fluid in motion gives more action than any plastic would ever think of doing. So to answer your question about pan fishing, if you go to the open water concept, normally using a slow sinking lure or a fly with a piece of China bait is more attractive than throwing your night crawlers out there. And when it comes to like brook trout, cutting the pieces again, not as thick as what we were doing here, but if you can mimic a worm in size, as the China bait becomes fluid in motion, it is a lot quicker than a leech can swim. So it's the action and the presentation that you deliver that makes the product work. And
earlier today you demonstrated how to set up a flagel rig. What size rig would you recommend for any given species of fish?
Well, it's a good question. Our product comes in 3 different sizes, what we indicate as 3, 4, and 5, and that indicates in inches. So if you're northern pike fishing, you could use a 12-inch sucker for an example, then you would use the number 5. But if you were bass fishing and using only a 5-inch minnow, I would recommend that you would use the number 3 flagel rig. But it is not just for winter fishing. You can use these with slip bobbers throughout all 4 seasons.
The fishing was so fantastic that day with All Seasons Adventures that our director and cameraman, Reg Vidigar, had to get in on the action too. Now let's watch Reg as he pulls in his first lake trout of his life.
Good job, Reg. That fish came up to the highest lure. It was 3 lures down there. He came all the way up to the highest lure that we had down there. He smacked that rattle spoon again with the China bait on it. So get the other lures out of the way here. Get that fish in. It's coming in pretty easy now. You got about 20 feet under the ice. Might be a smaller fish.
Nonetheless, it's fish.
Alright. Alright. Oh no! Oh, good grab. He's gonna be close. He's right about at the 17-inch mark. We're gonna get a measurement on him. They are floppy.
Oh, he just made her in.
Yeah. Good save. Okay, you're gonna have to hold the tape measure out.
16.
Alright, he's just a little on the short side. We're gonna let him go. Gone. There he goes.
Alright, fish on.
Seems bigger than the last one.
Is it?
I think so.
Got a good fight to him.
He does. He's fighting better. He's a reader.
Let's keep on reeling, try to get him out of the hole. It's all you. Yep, there you go. There, got him. Nice lake trout. Alright, hold him up here once so they can see him with the camera. Yeah, nice fish.
Justin and Tom, once again, All Season Adventures has provided an excellent day of fishing. As you'll be, everyone's seen through the footage, it's just been excellent. I couldn't ask for anything better from a guide service. Every need was met, and it was just fabulous. Justin, if you could give us your contact information.
Justin Kohn, 920-229-3494
And your website?
at www.allseasonsadventuresinwi.com.
And Tom, if you can give us your contact information. My phone number is 920-579-9244.
I'd like to thank Tom and Justin for sharing their time with us, as well as time-honored tips and techniques. Now, I fished with Justin in the past as well as other guides, and honestly, Justin's the only guide that I've worked with that has consistently put me on fish every time. So if you're planning a family vacation or just a weekend getaway, please consider giving the guys at All Seasons Adventures a phone call. If you miss their information, don't worry, we'll have that on again at the end of the show. You can also find us on the web at www.marshcreekoutdoors.com. Until next time, enjoy what the Creator's given you, and we'll see you in the outdoors.